A couple of local parents, they're paying it forward after their daughter received life-saving treatment. We're joined by Kelly and Bill. They're the parents of Grace, also on camera there, a CHOP heart warrior. Thank you both for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And thank you to Grace, too, lest I forget about the little one. Tell us about Grace and the treatment that she received at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia.
Yeah, sure. So Grace is now 1 year old. She just had her first birthday, February 21st, which is exciting. But at our 20-week scan originally, Grace was diagnosed, or we discovered a congenital heart defect called TGA, which is a transposition of the great arteries. And in short, she needed a life-saving heart surgery. It was an open heart surgery. And when we found out that treatment, we got connected with CHOP, and at 3 days of life, Grace was put on a bypass machine and had open heart surgery. And essentially what happened to her was the arteries on your two arteries, that one takes oxygen to the body, and in short, she wouldn't have been able to breathe when she was born. So they had to do an arterial switch, and yeah, so everything went to plan.
That's amazing. And the work they do at CHOP is absolutely remarkable, hearing stories left and right. I've got an 18-month-old myself, so I can't even imagine how you two guys must have felt through all of this. How did you guys get through?
Honestly, our surgeon, Dr. Fuller, was life-saving, literally, and all the nurses and doctors, they were just so helpful, so sweet, so caring. They just made a really traumatic experience bearable, really. They were the best we could ask for.
Yeah. What kind of advice would you have for other parents or families going through a similar experience, either at CHOP or another children's hospital around our area, with regard to what you experienced with Grace?
I would say you're not alone. I think Kelly and I were just really scared before we got connected with CHOP, and just felt confused. This is our first child, and you know, you never want anything to happen to your child. And I think when we got connected to CHOP, we could kind of breathe a little bit. I think we felt like there was a roadmap, and we had trusted doctors and a team around us, and a plan that we really had faith in that it would all work out. So I think really the biggest thing is just that you're not alone, and there's so many families. You meet families in the cardiac unit going through struggles and life-changing events. So I think it's just the support and just the knowledge that you're going to be surrounded with was comforting to our family.
Yeah. With that, I joined like Facebook groups that were like Philly Heart Moms, and everybody had like their own experiences. I wrote in there asking like, what do I expect? And everybody was just so loving and helpful and positive. And honestly, that's really what got me through a lot of it.
Yeah, Grace is adorable, by the way.
Thank you.
You got the snacks going, which is so smart.
Yeah,
She's so well behaved.
We're almost out, so.
So I'll wrap this up here with this last question then. If you can, tell us about CHOP's Philly Spin-In that's happening this weekend. This is really important.
Yes, we're really excited. I heard it's basically like a big party on a bike. So there's lots of loud music. There's a bunch of spin bikes in one giant room that everybody's raised money to have. And every patient kind of, if they choose to, gets to go up on stage and talk a little bit about their experiences. And it's really just bringing awareness and fundraising for the CHOP cardiac unit.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Kelly, Bill, Grace, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course, for more information about the CHOP Spin-In and everyone we feature here on NBC 10 News at 11 a.m., tap the NBC 10 app or head to NBC10.com/findItOn10.